Just because your bits are used doesn't mean they're not any good. So guys, our profile bit is the most versatile bit we have. We've used it on pretty much everything with a couple of small exceptions. But the problem is, because we use it a lot, we sharpen it a lot. So if you guys have profile bits that have been sharpened 10, 15 times, it's gonna change the shape of the bit itself. It's not gonna be quite as fine at the tip, and it's gonna have a little bit of a different angle. But those are perfect for what we're gonna do today. We're gonna carve our new Welcome to Our Home stencil. And guys, you can find this, the profile bits, everything that we use on our website, makeawoodsign.com. But the issue with this is, it's kind of in between using a new profile bit and a 60-degree bit. It's got a different sized line. So that's where having a fatter profile that's been sharpened 5 to 20 times, it's gonna work really, really well for getting those lines without having to go over everything twice with a brand new profile bit, or without having to carve so shallow with the 60-degree bit that you're not even gonna be able to see it. As always guys, if you like what we're doing, hit that like and subscribe button. We got a bunch of stuff coming up that you're not gonna wanna miss. Let's get started. So this stencil is essentially what we call single line inset. So that means there's not a lot of room for error. They're all fairly small lines, and we're gonna do them inset, so if there's any bobbles or anything in there, you're gonna see it pretty bad. So you wanna make sure to get a good layout. Notice I used bench cookies and then some clamps to make sure that that stencil is as flat as it can be on the board. And also when you're spraying it, make sure that you get in all those little lines, because when it's small stuff like this, it's pretty easy to miss some stuff. I'm going to do the entire thing with this profile bit at 3/16 of an inch deep. Now, this thing's been sharpened a lot. I honestly don't know how many times. It could be 5, no, it's definitely more than that. Could be 15, 20, I'm not sure. So the depth that I'm using, if your profile bit has been sharpened maybe 8 or 10 times, it might be a little bit different. So you want to try to kind of get to where that profile bit is going to take up the majority of the line in the fattest parts. Notice that I can still do all the stuff I do with a new profile bit. I can still lift it to get a sharper point. I can still lift it just like right here to get a thinner line. But at this depth, I'm able to get a wide enough cut to take up the majority of the fat areas. You're always going to have some to kind of go back and touch up a little bit. Maybe if there's a real fat area like at the top of the W, I had to make a couple passes. But this is where it really shines. So guys, just because you have an old profile bit, there is a good use for it, and this sign is a perfect example. Another example of something you can use a fat profile bit for is our We the People stencil, or even really small inset letters. So let's say you have some of our 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch letters. This works perfect for that. So you just want to kind of look at what you're getting ready to carve, and you want to be able to see like, okay, what bit should I use for this? We have pretty much our standard way to do it. Inset is generally the 60-degree, outset is a profile on 90, but don't get stuck in that. Keep your eyes open and keep your mind open to what would work for whatever particular artwork or lettering that you're carving at the time. Another tip for stencils like this is try to find the least grainy board you can. Like I said, with this sort of lettering and this sort of style, there's not a lot of room for error. So if there's a lot of grain in your board, you're going to see every single little bobble, and it's going to be really difficult to make a nice sign with all of those bobbles in there. For the edge, I'm using our 45-degree chamfer bit. Now, I'm going to be doing a scallop. And a good rule of thumb for a scallop is you want them deep. For some reason, that's something I really struggle with. So I actually ended up using a little board underneath this sign to lift it up so I could get those scallops deeper. It looks better deeper, it generally does, but I kind of don't like having that extra board on there. It makes me feel a little bit less stable.
but I honestly just got to get used to it so I can make my scallops a lot deeper and not have to worry about them being too shallow. And don't forget to sand all your corners, because when you scallop a board, it can make some really sharp corners. This is actually a new little bristle brush we're using. It's a nylon bristle, and it works better than any brush we've used to brush these out and get all of that sawdust and all of those chips out of there before you do your spraying. So check those out. They're pretty cheap and they work great. Another challenge with carving small inset lines like this is spraying. You want to make that as even as you can in all the carving, but you got to be careful not to overspray. A good rule of thumb is if you're using pine like I'm using here, put a couple light coats of clear on there to protect the rest of the wood from bleeding. That's going to save you a lot of heartache in the future. And then once it's all dry, I'm using our 80 grit disc on our disc sander to get most of the black off. And then I'm going to use a 120 grit on the random orbital to give it a good smooth finish. Then, because this is an interior sign, we put a few coats of Rust-Oleum clear, and it really came out nice.
So there it is, you guys. I really like how this came out. The single line inset stuff that we're talking about here, using that fatter profile bit, it can be really tricky. So get some practice in and you'll see it doesn't take that long to kind of get a hand for it. All right, as always, guys, everything we use today will be on the website, makeawoodsign.com. If you have any questions, let me know. You can shoot me an email, ryan@makeawoodsign.com, and we'll see you guys on the next one.